How they doing? Assalamu alaikum. This is Clifton Raheem Bradley. This is a live stream. And I'm coming to you from the United States of America, Chicago, Illinois. And I had a little problem with my camera, but they just didn't work. That's why you're looking at the background. But I said this to talk about what's going on in the news. What is going on in the news? I know one thing in the Chicago area, in Chicago, in the United States, you have a gentleman named Willie Wilson, who he is. He may run for mayor again. He's run for mayor 2 times. And you know what? He just did not win. But he did something. He did something that a lot of politicians could have done in Chicago, but what they didn't do. He handed out gas. How you doing, brother Kevin? You know what? Use the background, but hey man, that's how it is with these technical things. But you know, Kevin, what is going on? What's going on, brother? We got a war going on. Gas prices are going up. Food is going up. China is taking more and more power. China might help Russia. But the main thing, you know what, in our neighborhood, we got all type of things that are just going on. And the criminal activity in African American community right now, I would say that it's low, but it gets hotter outside. It's going to get worse. You know, it's going to get worse. But the thing is, I drove to the gas pump today to go get some gas. I was like, damn, the gas was like it was $4.89. I don't see, you might as well go ahead and move it to $5 a gallon. But what I cannot understand is, how is it if the gas goes up that high and we only get, I think, 10%, 8% of our gas from Russia? I don't. Maybe it's somebody out there that understands that. Maybe it's somebody that understands. It's all good, Captain. It's all good. You know, my world and your world are gonna be all right. But you know what? But like I said, when I went to the gas pump, and the gas was like almost $5 a gallon, I started thinking to myself, I think that it is the gas companies, all they're doing is price gouging. What I mean by price gouging is they see something catastrophic crises that occur in the Ukraine and Russia, and we only get 10% of our oil from. So how is that going to drive the prices up to almost $5? I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? Maybe you get it. Maybe you get it. You know, I'm taking telephone calls. If you have a comment, or you have something that you want to say in regards to the gas prices, how are you dealing with the gas prices? Are you going more places? Are you staying at home? You know what? Are you carpooling? Meaning, are you driving with somebody else? You know, I was at a McDonald's, and the gentleman said, you know, I think the Big Mac was something like about, Big Mac is a hamburger. It was something like about $6.85. You might as well say $6.75 or $7 for a Big Mac. And the guy said, I don't understand. I was standing next to somebody in line. He said, I don't understand how the prices can go so high. Kevin, I go to Indiana to get You get, oh, you're smart, man. It's always smart to go to Indiana to get your gas. Always. You know what I said to myself? When we looked at the menu, he said, how can a Big Mac from McDonald's go up to $6.89? You might as well say $7. And I tried to explain to him. I said, you know what, man? The gas has went up. So therefore, they have to transport the gas. They have to transport the goods to get to McDonald's. So everything, and he didn't quite understand, and it's just a matter of supply and demand. But I would say one thing about, Kevin is smart. He goes to Indiana to get gas. One day I'm gonna get smart like that. I don't know how much the gas is in Indiana. I know I paid like about $4.89. And that's what I said to myself. They might as well go on up to $3. Just don't. I get it. It's a matter of supply and demand. I believe that the oil companies that they're taking advantage of the people. That's what I believe. I believe that they're taking advantage of the people. So I don't know what to say about it. I really don't know what to do about it. The only thing that I know to do is it just minimizes where I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to be selective about where I'm. How is it affecting you? Is it affecting you? Because you know what? If you make a whole lot of money, nine times out of 10, you will not. But I was looking at this report, and this report said it was talking about the state of the economy. It was saying that the average person doesn't even have $400 in their bank account, which I found that kind of hard to believe. I really did. I found that hard to believe. Couldn't believe it for some reason. Because something about that does not sound right. How is it that the average person will only have $400 in their bank account? I didn't understand. Okay. See, you say gas in Indiana is $4.35. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to start going to Indiana. I'm gonna have to sit down and calculate. But that's what the economist said. He said that the average person does not have $400 in his bank account. I just scratched my head because I was always taught to save money. I always save money myself. And saying that the wages in the United States of America have went down to a certain extent. He's saying that the average person is making between $15,000 to $20,000 a year. I could sort of believe that. But I would like to know to the people out there that are looking, how is the gas situation affecting you in your community? How's it affecting you? You know what? Does it bother you? And then rent is going up. They're saying that housing has went up, and they were saying that the average millennium, because what the average person makes a month, the average millennium cannot afford a house. And thank God I got my house for all this. But when I really sit back and look at things in a way, the pandemic had an effect over a whole lot of people, and a whole lot of people are not going back to work. They're not. Which I don't really understand. Perhaps there's somebody out there that does understand it. thing is, housing has went up, rent has went up, food has went up. What do you do? I mean, do you move to the countryside? Do you start working on a farm? What do you do? Because there's no what smart people always figure out a way. But what do you do? A lot of the jobs that the United States used to have left the United States. I fear that America, economically, when it comes to manufacturing goods, we're going to continue to lose jobs. Because I'm saying that because I do not believe that the United States of America can compete with China globally, because their wages are different. They get paid less, but their economy is structured different. Okay. So if you want to make an automobile and you have an automobile company, they have a union and they have to have certain wages. But the thing about China is that they're able to produce products at a much cheaper price than the average country. You can see maybe India, I might compare, but I don't see the United States of America competing with China. And China, to a certain extent, they kind of scare me. Russia does not really scare me in terms of them trying to take over, them trying to do something that's catastrophic to the United States of America. Because I believe economically, I don't believe that Russia's doing well. But the thing is, China has a global market where countries just buy from because of what they produce. Okay, with jobs going overseas, it drives up the violence and crime. I'm always said, you don't have a gun. Problem we have with the economy. Agree with you. Let me get it up just so the people can see. It's a problem. You know, you are right. You know what? Violence has a tendency to go up when there's a lack of jobs. But there was a politician that was saying to stop violence, to stop people from doing things that are against the society. Why not give the people like a little wage, not a wage, give them subsidies. And you know what? I think his name was Peter Gorbachev. I think he's in Joe Biden, U.S. President Joe Biden's cabinet. And I would agree with him. But the thing is, I don't feel that the United States can compete with China. And you know what? China has become such a superpower. It's not Russia, although there's a war going on in Ukraine right now. But you know what? China is on the move. You know what? They manufacture most of the world's goods. They're building up their military, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And you know what? The U.S. we have a strong military, but one thing about it appears as though that China is getting close. They're getting close to surpass the United States of America. Plus the technology that they have. You know, I was looking at something on China. I was looking at the technology that they have. And they have more and more ships and they're controlling the China seas. I'm talking about the Pacific, or whatever about them right now. And I don't think China wants to expand. Wow, that's a bad thing. They do want Taiwan back. But I always wondered to myself, if they did go ahead and invade Taiwan, would the U.S. get involved? I like to ask y'all that. If China does invade Taiwan, which they consider to be part of their property, do you think that it would be right for the United States of America to get involved in that? Should the United States stay out of it? Or should they get in? Or should they try to hurt them economically? I don't really think the United States, they might be able to hurt them economically, but we get most of our goods from China. China has just become a juggernaut. There's some very, very smart people, and they're making the cyber technology. They're matching us in cyber technology, and they have overwhelmed us when it comes to manufacturing of goods. So the money that's coming in from the manufacturing of goods is being used towards the society, and also it's being used to make more and more ships, more and more weapons. They have missiles, just like we have missiles. They have tanks. I think they have hyper missiles that go the speed of Mach 5 or something like that. And what's interesting to me is Jong-un, he shot off a missile, I think yesterday. Okay, I don't know. Some people say it can reach the United States of America. That I don't believe. I do not believe that a missile that's coming from Korea could reach the United States of America. I don't believe it. Because there would be too many planes, and because of our satellite systems, I don't believe that would be possible. Jong-un or whatever his name is, of Korea, as Donald Trump called him Little Rocket Man. I do not believe that a missile from Korea could reach the United States without being blown out of the sky. I don't believe it. And I believe that's propaganda. And but going back to the United States of America, it just appears as though we just have some hard times coming ahead of us. Like I say again, the food prices have went up, the gas prices have went up, rent has went up, and you know what? You got people that are trying to figure out what to do. I kind of think that America is going backwards to a certain extent. It's turning into a state where more people are getting subsidies because they cannot survive, and more people are living in there are more people that are living in the automobiles. Yeah, there are more people that are living up underneath bridges. I drive past them, not every day, but I see them. I just see them out there. What is the solution? Maybe somebody out there has the solution. Okay, put in here. It would be a senseless war with Ukraine. Okay, it would be a senseless war. Ukraine is not part of NATO, nor Europe. I agree with you. I don't think that the United States of America should get involved with the Ukraine. But you know what? I'm saying it for a different reason. The reason that I'm saying it is, and I know I've said this before on this broadcast, because once upon a time, Gorbachev, the premier of Russia, and Ronald Reagan, they signed the agreement. And that agreement was to end the Cold War. But in that agreement, it said that no countries that annexed are separated from the Soviet Union will join NATO. So what happened in essence is that there are countries that have joined NATO. There was a this bilateral agreement that no country that's separated from the Soviet Union would be able to have the ability to join NATO. And so I guess by sitting down and analyzing in the processing it, that Russia feels as though they was betrayed. It was betrayed. Because Russia used to be very, very close to Poland. And what now, Poland has missiles that are pointing towards the USSR Russia right now. And Russia is being surrounded by nations that want to join an alliance for NATO. And you know what? I guess they came to the conclusion we better do something about this now. It's sort of like somebody picking a fight with you, and you just let them get away with it. But at some point, it's a straw that breaks the camel's back, and you say, you know what? Sometimes you have to fight a fight to avoid a fight. And that's the way I'm taking it. But like I said, there may be people disagreement, but by no means am I sitting up here saying that it is okay to kill people. No way am I saying that the war is great. I'm not glorifying anything. All I'm doing is sitting down and just analyzing. And the Ukraine war, I understand it, but there's two sides. There's two sides to the story. The United States violated a treaty by letting people come into NATO, but they signed an agreement with Russia saying they would not let people that annex or separated from the USSR and they into NATO, and they feel as though they're being surrounded. And I think it makes them feel vulnerable and know probably if they didn't do anything about it, this cycle, this toxic cycle in their minds would continue. There would be more nations that would join NATO, and it would surround and engulf Russia. And I guess they're fighting for their lives. But the United States figure, you know what, is a democracy. Any country that wants to join NATO that abides by our rules and regulations and our bylaws, it should be voted on and it should be discussed by NATO and talked about. And I say, in a sense, the United States tricked them by signing an agreement. I have NATO, having other countries, even though they signed the agreement, talking about no other countries that left Russia to join NATO. They tricked. But I would like to see us get along. I would like to see Russia come to the bargaining table. I would like to see the United States come to the bargaining table. That's what I would like. The thing is, we don't know if China is going to come to their aid. We don't know. You know, God help us what they do. God help us what they do. So people out there, do you think that the United States should get involved with the Ukraine? And if China did invade Taiwan, which they consider to be part of their province, should the United States get involved? Because very catastrophic. That's a question. And what do y'all think? Should the United States get involved if China does decide to invade Taiwan? What should the United States be doing right now about the Ukraine. And what do we do about the gas prices? What do we do? The only thing, hey, hello, hello, my Lowell, how you doing, brother, sister? And the thing is, what do we do about the gas prices? What do we do? Is something I'm going to answer this. The answer is no. It will not lead to a war, and it will be a nuclear war. You know what? Allah help us that it just doesn't turn into nuclear war, man. Because you know what? If it turns into nuclear war, nobody wins. Nobody wins. Well, the United Nations was established, and it's just become two-sided. And you know what? I'm very sorry for the people in the Ukraine. But when you talk about nuclear war, that would affect a whole lot of people's lives. Like I say, I would say that Putin, Joe Biden, and the China president need to be put in a room and sit down and talk and discuss things. Because things have gotten out of hand. Okay. I'm going to read this. The answer is no. For the record, the United States needs to worry about themselves and not the invasion. You know what? I agree with you. But wouldn't that in a sense make us a nationalist nation? We just start concentrating on ourselves. But I do believe the charity does start at home. I do believe. Because it's like in Vietnam. I felt that Muhammad Ali took the right stance. I really do. I think during that time, I don't believe that I would have went to the military. I probably would have been one of the individuals that went to Canada and went to jail because it was a socialist war. But I do not. But I think what Russia is doing. I think that if Russia is successful, probably the next thing they would do. For the record, I'm a male. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Sorry about this. But I think that it's gonna get worse. I see America going down. And the only thing I know to do is to pray and seek refuge in Allah. That's the only thing I know to do. You know, but the U.S. getting involved in the Ukraine. I don't know, man. You know what? But that's a good question. Like I said, I want to see peace. That's what I want to see. But I don't believe it is going to be peace. Because I see the world getting better and better and better and better. You know, that's all I could really say. Gas prices. And what is it? What else is going on? What do y'all think about the guy in Korea shooting out missiles? Is he going too far? Did the U.S. stop him from doing that? Does Jong-un, does he have the right to fire all missiles in Korea, in this country? Or does the United States has the right to dictate what he does and what he doesn't do? What do y'all think? What do we do about the gas situation? I see that the majority of y'all believe that the United States of America has no business whatsoever in the Ukraine. They have no business in the Ukraine. But I think that Russia, I'm more or less I'm more or less, America is going to find a way to get involved in some way. It's all been written. All praises to the Allah. Everything has been. I couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it. Like I say, you know what though, Kevin and other people, I think that China, we're looking at Russia, but I think that China is the country to really, really, really look out for, because China has a lot of currency. We buy most of our products from China. They're building up their military. They have more ships, they have more weapons, and cyber technology. They have matched the United States of America on the same level. I think it's inevitable that it will be a war between the dragon and the eagle. I think it's inevitable. You know, just don't know when. And I agree. Thank you, brother. You agree with me? Thank you. I believe that it's inevitable because rivals are going to always fight for power. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I believe that the leaders in China, I believe they're smarter than the politicians in the United States of America. I believe it. You know, look at what China came from. It came up from almost nowhere. And I'm not going to knock the Ming Dynasty. You know, but they think collectively, and they understand. And I think that the China president understands that. I believe that China will start bankrolling Russia financially. I believe that China will too. I think that China will do it discreetly. They're smart enough to get the money, a capital, to them through other means. And I believe that the Chinese are smart. You know what? The Chinese are smarter than the United States of America. I believe it. The educational system appears to be better. They treat their teachers like rock stars. They think collectively. By no means am I glorifying a communist regime, but I have issues with China. But what else are they doing? China is buying up Africa. They're buying it up. They're giving loans to countries that they know won't have the ability to pay back. So what they're doing is, hey man, they're building man-made islands. Okay, the United States is in debt to them. So this is what's going on. That is what's going on. We are in debt to them. And you know what? I don't think that the United States will ever be able to pay that debt, because you know what? The money that is being circulated in the United States of the world are fiat dollars. What are fiat? What is fiat? Fiat means that they have made so many of them. It's not backed by the money. It's not backed by anything. It's not backed by anything. Because President Nixon was around. He had us on the go. We were on the gold and silver standard. Okay, you know what? The United States is not backed. That dollar bill is not backed by anything. But China, they're intellectuals. They're smart. They think. And they're thinking way, way, way ahead. And I don't know if the United States can gain ground. I was sitting down I was sitting down looking at something, and it said about the United States. I didn't believe it though. It said the United States compared to the world is just 5% of the population. I didn't believe that, but I'm gonna sit back and do some research on it. You know, it was like wow, I didn't believe it. But that's all I can say. You know, I'm 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 not scared for our people, but I believe that we have some rougher times coming. And all of these things that I'm saying is done by research. The rent is higher, the food is higher, the gasoline is higher. The United States doesn't manufacture most of the goods that come into this country are imported. They put high tariffs on things that we export. China's military is getting stronger. The people are getting smarter because they believe in a strong educational system. They have more control over the China Seas in the Pacific. And they have nuclear power, nuclear weapons, just like we have. And I think the only thing that could really help now is to sit down and talk. But I don't believe that I believe if they do sit down and talk, it's gonna be somebody trying to take advantage of the other side so they could be the power, they can be the force. You know? Russia lost one of its only aircraft carriers, and China is already building one for Russia. How? How many knew? I knew. A lot of people didn't know. You know, but you know something? I was looking at something on television. It was by Australia. Australia have drones. They have drones. Oh, son, you know, when they weaponized, man, I didn't know. I'm talking about little drones. And they said it doesn't cost that much money. And the thing is, these weapons that Australia could send out, they could get a lot of people when they hit the beaches of Australia. But you know what? There's a problem going on with Australia, with China right now. They used to be partners, but the Australia felt that they was taking advantage. You know? But like I say, the United States, we in debt. I'm gonna go back to what I said. And how do we get out of this? What do we do? And you know what? For the world of me, I can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. The only conclusion that I have come to is that we just sit down and just talk. But I think even if we sit down and just talk, there's going to always be somebody that wants to be the leader, and the leader always wants somebody to be subservient. What do we do? I don't know. But like I say, for me, it's not Russia, it's China, and I keep on saying that because I think the people in China and their leadership is smarter than the people in the United States of America, and they know. Because we get most of our goods, all they have to do is just buy their time. Buy their time. I believe they're gonna help Russia, but you know what? But they're gonna be discreet about it. You know what? You can funnel that money to Russia through different means. That's something that you could do. They're smart. They're not dumb. I think the United States of America just got involved in too many wars. Too many wars. I think it was like the Roman Empire. You know what? Man? I see the United States on a decline. Look at the state of the people. Whether you're in California, you're in New York, look at it. Look how many people are outside, living outside. Look at it. Look at how many people. There are people that are living in the United States who can't even pay their heating bill, can't pay their mortgage. The housing market costs more to build a house. Transportation, gasoline is higher. I don't know, but all of this was like food for thought. And you know what? I just wanted to share. I just wanted to do a broadcast just talking about the news. And you know what? The individuals that you know what that Kevin, Mr. Mars, other people that came in. You know what? I am appreciative that y'all came in and listened. I hope y'all share this broadcast. You can like it, share it. And if you see something in the broadcast that you know that needs to be improved, let me know. I would appreciate it. But my camera, I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I'll check that out tomorrow. And just thank everybody. I think I'm going to end up doing a broadcast tomorrow, but I just thank everybody. And Kevin, I'm waiting on you to come back on, man. I want you back on. Kevin is a good guy. He's a good guy. He told some things about Chicago Cook County Jail that was very important, and about the code of silence. Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover, who's leader of the GDs and the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, who are in jail right now in the supermax. And you know what? Kevin, I want Kevin to come on so we can talk about these issues. But when he's ready, he's a very intelligent man. I respect him. So I'm going to get ready to end this broadcast, and I'm going to give everybody the greetings with the words of Assalamu alaikum. And you know what? I pray for the people that are deaf, dumb, and blind, and ignorant, include myself. There's things that I'm blind to, things that I'm deaf to, and things that I'm ignorant to. So all the good that comes out of me comes from Allah, and the bad comes from myself, because I have disobeyed and did what I wanted to do, and I didn't do what my Creator Allah wanted to do. So this is coming from the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. Like and share this broadcast. This was just me talking about the news and talking about my thought about what's going on in the news and how the United States is being affected and how Canada is being affected, how Central America is being affected, how Europe is being affected, how Asia is being affected, and the Middle East is being affected, and Africa is being affected. Just share it. Okay? Okay, assalamu alaikum, everybody.